why I disagree is two things. One, because the achievements were just so much harder back then.
That's true.
Being at the forefront of top play versus trailing behind on top play are two different things in terms of mindset, and it influences difficulty so much to the point where it's just not the same. Like, he, unfortunately, because like, I mean, he may be like trying to do it to actually make up for like hacking something that hard.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, nothing at this point can make up for the stuff that Space did. Like, not even saying that in like a, oh, I hate Space, because like Space is my friend. Like, I like Space.
Yeah.
But like, it's just, that's just how it is. Like, nothing can redeem the madness that happened at that time. To be honest.
That's true. It's like putting a band-aid on a wound that's going to cause a scar. The band-aid isn't going to make the scar go away, but it is going to help just kind of keep the blood from flowing out, pretty much. This is the best way I can put it.
Yeah, I'll see it. Yeah, fair.
Scars are going to stay there, and obviously as a community we're always going to know that, but at the end of the day, he evidently is trying, which is
I'm proud of him, bro.
Yeah.
Good for him. Like, actually good for him. Like, he's getting pretty consistent. I think he'll have a chance of being an icon soon, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he's really like doing better for himself.
100%. And obviously we talked about your next hardest, and you brought up Thinking Space 2. But do you have a planned final hardest?
Ooh, okay, interesting. The only answer I could give to that is what could be my final hardest. Just thinking about how current difficulty standards are.
Yeah.
I think I would very, very happily like leave GD with Grief being my final hardest. Very happily. Like, cause then the reason why I say that, right? Playing TS2 now, I feel like I could push myself further. From what I have played of Grief, I don't know how much I could willingly push myself further. Like, I could, don't get me wrong, but it would actually be, like, it would be a mental health detriment to push myself further than Grief. So,
Yeah.
I think I would very, very comfortably at this stage just, like, leave with Grief as my hardest. That's the best answer I can give for now.
Well, sweet. Honestly, fitting, very, very fitting hardest for someone like you.
Yeah, babe nerd. Yeah.
I can see Grief being a lot of people's final hardest, only because, like, I can see Grief being the first level to get, like, a 2-year reign on the number 1 spot, if it gets rated. Like, it's genuinely...
Yeah. Oh, Grief will be top 1, like, no doubt.
No doubt in
Like,
anybody.
It is in every way, shape, or form so much harder than TS2 from what I played of both.
When...
Yeah,
Sorry.
I don't know. No, I'll get that one.
Oh, I was gonna say, when Doggy verifies Grief, we should subject him to Booba Wamba.
Yeah, and then he'd take like 500k instead of 400k, and it'll be his new artist. And then Booba Wamba's going to top 1. I'm telling you, I predict that Booba Wamba's going to go to number 3 one day. Like, serious. I think it will go up like that high.
Honestly, I can see it. I can see people someday putting it above Tidal Wave. I do think Booba Wamba is going to be one of the few retrospective top ones that we've yet to see.
I think it's going to depend on the player, right? Because for someone, say like Zoink or something, where Zoink has to put in minimal effort to learn a new level, and like all the struggle for him really is like actually just like firming it and just beating the level. Like just kind of like the struggle for Zoink is the tediousness of just sitting there and pouring attempts to beat it, not like the learning, the fails, anything. Booba Wamba on the other hand removes that. Like anyone who plays Booba Wamba is completely like, regardless of how they are with that kind of thing, like it's a new playing field, you know what I mean? So I feel like comparative to other top levels, someone like Zoink, Pop-Off, they're gonna find Booba Wamba like ridiculous, but then I say someone who's maybe less able to like approach top 10s, who perhaps has a bit less like raw skill in terms of gameplay, that kind of thing. I feel like they find Booba Wamba like much more accessible.
Probably.
Right, yeah. I feel the same with Nullscapes, because Nullscapes is such a, how do I word it? It's one skill set. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can put in a lot of time into one skill set, get so good at one skill set, and then beat Nullscapes. Whereas you can't do that with the rest of the top 10. So I think there'll be a lot of people who like quit GD and now to Nullscapes as well.
Honestly, that's a fair point. I think. I've always said this. I think out of the top 5 in the last, like, ever since Silent Clubstep hit the number 5 spot, I think the most accessible level in the top 5 is probably Tidal Wave, but also the addition of Flame Wall. Because I'll say this, I feel like people are still viewing Flame Wall as like a secret, maybe even like above Amethyst, but I don't think people are going to see it above Space 2.
I don't think so.
Especially with like Zoink's progress.
I mean, I don't think people are gonna. What's it called? I don't think people are gonna see. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually Tidal Wave and Flame Wall swap. Purely because of the fact that I think Flame Wall's gameplay is just so much easier and it's more accessible, it's more enjoyable, that kind of thing. I also think like another like low-key prediction line. I low-key don't think TSC is top 1. I think Amethyst is harder. And the reason why I say that is because Amethyst is just poo. Like Amethyst is. Okay, right. Think about my earlier description of Socially Vortex, right? Of how bad it is, right?
Yeah.
Multiply that by a factor of 1,000, right? Now add all of now ruin all the hitboxes, right? Like make say this is the decorative spike, yeah? This is the hitbox, like it's just not there. It's not a line. Like now do that to almost every structure in the level. You've got Amethyst, and it's the worst thing I've ever played. Like, I know I've probably said this about like 3 levels by now, but like Amethyst is genuinely like the bottom of the bottom when it comes to the top 10. Like, and I think also because Amethyst is really underrated for how condensed the difficulty is. Like, don't get me wrong, TS2 is very condensed. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But all of TS2 is quite hard, and at least from my current experience, the hardest parts are getting somewhat consistent, whereas Amethyst, like the waves in Amethyst, I think you could take all of them individually and they are actually just a list challenge. You know what I mean? Like, and from what I'm hearing of people who have played Amethyst, they just aren't that consistent. Whereas I'm finding with TS2, for example, like, I mean, 79 to 100, the hardest part of the level, like, I'm able to do the run like every, like, 2-3 minutes or so, which obviously sounds a bit poo, it's 79 to 100, but it's also the hardest part, you know what I mean? Like, that's not that bad. Like, it feels like it's getting consistent. Maybe it's the same with Amethyst, but from what I'm hearing from other people, it's just not the one for me. Like, I don't know, I think Amethyst is like a secret top 1 for sure.
Honestly, I agree that Amethyst will probably be seen as harder someday because I think people don't really realize that like verifying the level is obviously going to be harder. And
No way does the Deadlocked by himself.
Zoink got to beat Amethyst with CBF, and Popov had to beat TS2 without CBF. And obviously, what Popov said is that they compare CBF Amethyst to no CBF thing in Space 2. Obviously, that's going to be seen as harder. Like, that's without a doubt.
My opinion, right, so when I started TS2, I didn't know there was a CBF blocker. I was playing with CBF for a bit. The ending felt RNG, right? Now, I'm talking specifically about the ending. I turned off CBF and the ending felt less RNG, because I think like the alignments were better. I think from what I've played of TS2 with CBF TS2 is honestly harder, but like that's not going to apply to the whole level. Like the whole some of it's just not that bad. You know what I mean? Of course it's going to be. Some of it's like not dependent on your alignment, so some of it will just be easy with CBF. That's just how the game works. But like I think the hardest parts of TS2 are definitely like easier without CBF for sure. So I don't think that's like a valid comparison point there. But I do think like Amethyst CBF versus no CBF, like Don't get me
Yes.
wrong, I know the first click is poo with CBF.
Yeah, second click